A delightful morning to you, my panelists, and we are the group from ICT 103. And these are my members. Rolaigne Mangaliman, me, Enosh Sagmit, John Santos, and Ghieyan Tumapang. We are here to present our research proposal entitled The Effectiveness of an Arduino-Based Automated Pillbox in Enhancing Medication Adherence Among Patients Under Maintenance Therapy. So this PowerPoint is prepared by our groupmate, John Santos, together with the editor of this video, Gian Tumapang. And of course, me and my groupmate, Rolaigne Mangaliman, will be the one who will present this research proposal. This research focuses on solving one of the most present challenges in healthcare: patients forgetting or skipping their medicines. By using an Arduino based automated pillbox, we believe that we could introduce a low cost, yet highly effective solution to support patients' health. Throughout this presentation, we will walk you through the background of our study, related literature, research questions, framework, methodology, ethical considerations, and expected outcomes. To start with, this will be our introduction and background. So let us begin with the introduction. Medication adherence is the extent to which patients take their medicines as prescribed. Unfortunately, many patients on maintenance therapy fail to follow instructions, which can lead to severe complications. New technology like an Arduino based automated pillbox can provide reminders and better management of medicines. That is why this study is timely and important. In related studies, research shows that about half of patients with long term conditions are non adherent to their prescribed medications. Previous work proved that reminder systems and smart devices increase adherence significantly. Moreover, Arduino technology has been successfully applied in healthcare innovations, making it a practical tool for the study. The study is significant because it benefits patients by reminding them to take medicines on time. It also supports families and caregivers by reducing the risk of missed doses. Lastly, it contributes to healthcare technology by exploring how Arduino can improve patient care. Our study seeks to aim to answer four research questions: the level of adherence before and after using the pillbox, perceptions on usability and reliability, whether there is a significant difference in adherence, and challenges patients face. From these, we formulated two hypotheses. The null hypothesis states that there will be no significant difference, while the alternative hypothesis assumes that there will be an improvement in medication adherence. So the next one is the conceptual framework. For our framework, it follows the input process output model. The input is the Arduino based pillbox, which serves as our intervention. The process involves measuring adherence scores through survey before and after the respondents used the device. And the output is the result, which whether there is an improvement in adherence as well as the insights we gain from patient experiences. So this simple framework ensures that our research is systematic and focused on answering our problem. So my groupmate will now present the methodology part of our research.
For this part of our presentation, we will be discussing the methodology. Our study is quantitative, and specifically, we will use the survey based adherence scoring system as our research design. We chose this research designs because it utilized to gather data that is from large population, and it allows us to measure patients' medication adherence before and after using the Arduino automated pillbox. This design was also chosen because it allows us to quantify changes, establish comparison differences, and draw objective conclusion about the effectiveness of our study and the Arduino pillbox. In choosing our respondents of the study, we considered patients 20 and above that is residing in Angeles City were undergoing medication maintenance therapy for chronic illnesses such as hypertension, diabetes, and cardiovascular disorder. We concluded that these respondents could benefit from an automated system that offers daily reminders to take their prescribed medication. These respondents were selected based on their willingness to partake in the study and to use the automated pillbox in their daily routine. To ensure that this device accessibility are for a wide range of users, we included participants who are familiar with and has little experience in using technological devices. In sampling method, we use the purposive sampling method to select for the respondents who met the specific requirements of the study, as I said earlier. The sampling method was chosen to ensure that these characteristics of the respondents are aligned with our specific goals for our study, which focus on medication adherence and so on. For our research instrument naman, we utilize the questionnaire as our primary tool in data collecting. A questionnaire is a structured list of questions that is used to obtain responses from the participants of the study. We chose these instruments for various reasons, such as it is cost-effective, it is widely used in quantitative research, and it has the capability of gathering large sample data efficiently. This questionnaire was primarily designed by the researchers and specifically for our study. It is structured into several sections. For the first section, it contained the informed consent form, which asked the participants to willingly take part in the study, and also contained the study's objectives, purpose, focus, and their aim. The second section naman, it focused on profiling. It asked the participants to input their age, what is their prescribed medication, their duration of medication use, and their frequency of missed dose. The following section is presented by the main survey questions. Dito na nakalagay yung mga questions like yung sa statement of the problems, like which ay na-assess dito yung respondents' level of medication adherence among before and after using the Arduino pillbox. Also, it inputs their perception of the device usability, reliability, convenience, as well as the difference in medication adherence rates before and after the intervention, and yung difference between the traditional method. Lastly, the final section naman, dito naka-input yung mga na-encounter ng mga patients, yung mga challenges, yung mga limitations while using the pillbox. And then, lastly, it concluded with a gratitude message for the respondents, thanking them for answering and taking participation in our research. For data gathering procedure, we first examined the effectiveness of the Arduino-based automated pillbox in enhancing medication adherence, particularly in reducing the missed dose ng individuals yung mga prescribed medication nila and ensuring the ease of use of it. The research naman process begins with the preparation of making the pillbox, yung preparing yung materials, and designing the prototype of pillbox. Then, it was implemented and tested in real-life settings. Next nun, yung selecting ng respondents. Respondents were chosen based on purposive sampling method and based also on the criteria. Relevant dapat ito in the study and aligned dapat ito yung mga chosen participants. Next nun, yung questionnaires. Questionnaires were conducted to gather data on the user's experience as well as the device reliability, usability, and impact ng medications routines, yung medication routine compared sa traditional method nito. If nagkaroon ng impact, nag-change, it made, ganun. Then, yung data collected gamit yung questionnaire was served as the main source for basis for analysis. It allows the researchers us to measure the system's impact on the medication adherence and to determine its overall effectiveness in improving the patient's outcome. Our study, the effectiveness of Arduino-based automated pillbox in enhancing medication adherence among patients under maintenance therapy, is a survey-based quantitative research that used questionnaires to gather data from the participants to analyze the effectiveness of the automated pillbox. The use of statistical tools, numerical data, and descriptive statistics is an important feature in conducting a non-biased, reliable, and accurate results from the summarized data. As researchers applied descriptive statistics to analyze the data, it includes mean, percentage, frequency, and ayan. So yung mean, it is commonly known as the average. It is dividing the total sum by the number of values within a sample. Yung percentage naman, ito yung the total percentage of an entire dataset should always be 100%. Yung sa frequency, it indicates how often a value appears within the dataset. Next, we also use yung inferential statistic like paired t-test to compare the pre- and post-intervention adherence score. A paired t-test is used to compare the means of two related samples where each observations in one sample can be compared with an observation in the other sample. Applying ethical standard in our research help our study to be more non-biased and reliable. Applying these ethical standards like informed consent, voluntary participation, confidentiality, and risk of harm. We use this as a basis to make our research more trustworthy to our participants. Yung informed consent, it is a fundamental concept of conducting ethical research. It can be obtained through signing a consent form attached to the survey. Ito yun yung nakikita nyo sa mga unang section ng when answering a survey. We ensure that this informed consent, these participants are fully informed about the study's objective, methodology, and the potential risk they may encounter while participating in the study. While yung voluntary participation, ito yung ini-ensure namin ito yung mga participant choose to partake in our study voluntarily and willingly without any form of pressure or coercion from others. These participants were also informed of their right to leave or withdraw from the study at any given time. Even when nasa middle na kami ng study or nakasimula pa lang, they can always withdraw. Sa confidentiality, it protects the participants and it protects the privacy of their data from unauthorized access and misuse of data. We inform also the participants who can access the data, kung sino yung mga gagamit nun, makaka-view, and kung sino as yung researchers na who will take responsibility for ensuring the protection of the participant's identity. While lastly, yung risk of harm, ito yung nag-ensure that participants are informed of any potential risks they may encounter in the study. So, ini-inform namin sila bago pa mag-conduct or mag-accept i-accept na mag-participate sa study. Because it is always important to know what kind of yung project yung ipa-participate nyo. And as part of the ethical standards, we are responsible for conducting the safest possible method to minimize risk while maximizing the potential benefits of the participants. It's always dapat na mas lamang yung benefits na makukuha nila kaysa sa risk na posibleng ma-encounter nila.
For our references, these are the references that guided our research, including international studies on medication adherence, literature on reminder systems, and previous works on Arduino-based healthcare technologies. And for our appendices, we have included our survey questionnaire, informed consent form, and the schematic design of the Arduino-based Pillbox. These supplementary materials support the reliability and transparency of our study. And to conclude, this study will evaluate the effectiveness of an Arduino-based automated pillbox in improving medication adherence. It will measure patient adherence, usability of the device, and possible changes in using it. Ultimately, this research aims to promote better patient care through innovation. Thank you, and we are now open for your questions.